Ladies and gentlemen, circumstances and conditions or situations developing in Somalia, particularly between the two bordering regions of Somaliland and Puntland, has become a source of great concern to us and to the Somali people in general. And therefore we were compelled to convene this press conference to express our views on the situation and to update you on what is now unfolding in that part of our country, unfortunately, and to deliver a written official statement regarding this grave situation now looming ahead in our country, particularly in those regions, creating new bloodshed, new military confrontations, which may lead to grave consequences, and which may also affect negatively the ongoing peace process now taking place here in Kenya. The statement will be read out to you by co-chairman of the SRRC, Honorable Hussein Farah Khalid. And we, the three of us, sitting here in front of you, we have been delegated or deputized by the Leaders Committee to do this job of addressing you, members of the press. And together with us is also part of us here is always His Excellency Abdullah Yusuf Ahmed, President of Puntland, State of Somalia. So I welcome my brother, Hussein Farah Khalid, to say something on the situation.
Thank you, Co-Chairman Abdullah Ismail. Thank you, President of Puntland. Somali Reconciliation Conference, on behalf of the Somali leaders, Nairobi, Kenya, press statement on 18th January 2004. The Leaders Committee view with a great concern the climate of hostilities and the confrontation developing over the skies of Somaliland and Puntland. This situation not only poisons the relationship among the Somali neighboring brotherly countries, but also could jeopardize the ongoing peace process here in Mbagati and in Safari Park, and increase the dangers threatening the tranquility and the relative peace prevailing in that part of the beloved nation of Somalia. It is without doubt that any breakout of hostilities will also have its negative impact in the rest of Somalia and the regions as well, opening up the gates of spillover in all directions of the region. No one could underestimate that such a catastrophic new situation of hostilities of Puntland and Somaliland being created in that area could be taken as a window of opportunity by the international terrorist groups to destabilize the region further and get a strong foothold in Somalia. It is unfortunate to know that the country like Djibouti is behind such a dangerous scheme while playing the false game of peace broker in the reconciliation process of Somalia. Within the IGAD Facilitation Committee, believing it could mislead the international community and everyone else. The Leaders Committee condemns such a treacherous attitude and call upon the Djibouti government to refrain from fueling the worsening situation in the area. The Leaders Committee strongly believes that the Djibouti government cannot misjudge the consequences of such a policy and its impact on the future brotherly relationship between Somali Republic and the Djibouti Republic. We also call upon the IGAD member states and the IGAD Partner Forum as well to deploy all necessary diplomatic efforts to prevent that openest hostilities and new bloodshed taking place, affecting the peace process and the hope of the Somali people negatively. The Somali Leaders Committee launches an appeal to the authorities of Somaliland and Puntland and the population of the Somaliland and Puntland to stop pushing the situation to the edge of full-fledged military flare-up, which can cause unpredictable human losses and suffering, plus political instability against the interest of all. The Leaders Committee shares the annexity of the Somali people all over and fully subscribes to their wishes to see this unfolding tragic situation being put on to an end immediately without no preconditions. Signed by the Somali Leaders Committee. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Djibouti is fueling the conflicts between Somaliland and Puntland, despite the fact that we knew that Djibouti has always been against the secessionist policy in Somaliland.
We have enough evidence as the Somali leaders. We know our neighbors, they are part and parcel of the situation, and we're ready to present that evidence anytime that's asked internationally, and the situation now is appeal. Once it reaches a conflict, we are ready to present all the evidence necessary.
My question is, are representatives from Somaliland taking part in these deliberations? And secondly, when was this declaration of war made?
Declaration of war?
Yeah.
I believe the declaration of war was made by Somaliland during their last meeting, two opposition parties and the ruling party. They have made a direct reference to basically ex-Somaliland borders to closing in and capturing the land which they don't control at this moment. Is now administered by Puntland. They want to liberate. And this is the conflict. The center of the conflict is the land of Sola and Senak, these two regions, which belongs to Puntland, which also is counterclaimed by Somaliland.
So how many lives have been lost or probably the property destroyed during this period of tension between Puntland and Somalia?
Now there is a massing of armaments, and in more detail, the president of Puntland is here to answer that question. But we know that our intelligence information we have, the situation is becoming severe and is poised. Any minute the war can start. The massing of both sides, especially the Somaliland massing of their main forces on the verge of offensive.
Have leaders from Somaliland been taking part in these talks, and if so, have you been able to have some forum with them to deliberate over these issues? Have they been here?
The Somaliland leaders are part and parcel of the Somalia. They're here, the DIR group are here, and they are part and parcel of the appeal.